1406, you type F, you leave a space and follow with your message. 1406, type F, leave a space and follow with your message. Again, this is still 94.3 Focus FM. Don't forget that you join Kwame Scientific on the branch every Tuesday from 10 to 12. 10 to 12, and then you can visit Kwame Scientific's podcast at kwamescientific.podomatic.com. It's kwamescientific.podomatic.com. Every weekday, that's Monday to Friday from 10 to 12. Before that will be the request show running from 7:30 in the morning till 10 in the morning, 7:30 to 10, where Brand takes over, and then after that will be the news at midday, 12 to 12:15. Join the news crew there at exactly 12:15 to 2 p.m. will be the sweetest voices, undoubtedly on air. We're coming from Yvonne Sechere of the Focus Cafeteria. I should give you some sentimental music in the direction of laying you to rest after a very tight lunch. So we'll be there every weekday from 12:15 to 2. After that will be the Sports Express from 1 or from 2 to 3. Sports Express from 2 to 3 every day. Michael Arthur, Daniel Bismarck, Osei Champong, and the rest of the crew be here to give you the very latest of stories in the world of sports as quickly and as fast as possible. That's why it's called Sports Express within the eyes from 2 to 3 p.m. every day, after which the drive, the biggest in the whole of Kumasi, the Highway 943, comes your way from 3 to 6. Join the major news bulletin, Bernard Boache, David Apinga, and the rest of the crew from 6 to 7, after which we take over here at your community watch on Focus 943 between the hours of 7 and 9:30 every evening from Monday to Thursday. On Fridays, DJ Quizman will come your way with a hip life mix down from 7 to 9:30. It's your community watch on Focus 94.3.
I'm saying, I'm saying, Dawson. If you had your one, no be town. Welcome to Focus. Nansevia, Udia Ginkasa Kodina Cash, Kwame Boache Class in Yamiaye, Mapadi, relax in my hair, a custom studio, just a single track, Katijana, Brahma, Brenadi, Messina, Wotia Bat, Nabu, Ya, Winnibre, and yes, Hality, Nakopo, we should have be under that, Wama, will be actually, into Siabotre, said they will like, Ubeku Shabre, Ebia, with the Median, once over the Pama, dear. Nyawase sanya meba we will be as a train on Yankopo the Bibunatain as a mentor of the people. You could see what him a message for the Padefi, Sister Gifty, Auntie Christina Misha, Morgan, to Ghana, Biswati, Intigate to the baby, but you must friend, the Bia Day, send it a cake, and that's when catching us and Bane, and can be refi, this as a lenti, Misha Brefi, but the nephew will cast him, because my Yenji will be a renty. Now, a fair penny, and you have a you won't not pay with your brain now with you. Yes, me now I hear you so. A fair penny and you have a then I want to come okay. You won't not pay with your brain now with you. Now, Yansa in the back of what you near within 7 mono and one of these with him. In teaching our dream, if you have to be a yard, I never check Prana will be soon at 20 pound bread. Near what time will be a Mojana, say my young coupon. If I cry a day and then we were what I will bone. Who you fancy to be called? And I'm a red, would it be a bit one among? Near a 2 Yaba, what I want for the Ibiana Bambra, and I will be a Tianame. Nobody knows, or no penny at our head into the way, but Rapana one be one money. Car, a dime, a 2, and son, and ma, if you are my apple walk, is a cool, corner, you can grow, croissant, with your black or consent, Timothy, a home as what they were time. Hi, if you are not going to go on the boat, into jive. Mamma, what they are not champion. Bye. Barbara say and Parliament and I think sign. Bratimoti, this is stop now. A man I'm a shot with you when you will be on the Brahmin. And then you'll be your grand for Bamba Swami. She said, baby, I'm a Fibia, never tell me. One time for your mind, ready to fall ready. If you ask me, why you Musu, a fair penny said, I have a be a don't see. Then I want to come okay. You won't not pay with your bread now with you. Yes, me, why you Musu, a fair penny said, I have a be a don't see. Then I want to come okay. You won't not pay with your bread now with you.
Well, it's 10 minutes after 8. You're still on 94.3 Focus FM. It's your community watch. It's time now for the discussions on the Ghana in Perspective segment of your community watch on Focus 94.3. Joining me in the studio, Emmanuel Osei-Tutu and Nana Mafu still waiting for Bismarck Osei-Champong and the rest of the guests to be here in the studio. It's the 4th of August 2010 on your community watch. Let's start from Nana Mafu. Nana, good evening.
Good evening, Atta.
How are you doing, Nana?
Atta, by the grace of God, I'm fine.
Anani Avenue, a bill on SCSD was passed in Parliament yesterday after minority walked out. And then Asamoah-Boateng's wife, Zuleika-Asamoah-Boateng, has been discharged. Of course, she was found guilty of insulting a security officer and then cautioned not to repeat the offense. And then you heard the statement of the MPP in respect of the 7th August Congress. Let's start from the bill on the SCSD, which was passed in Parliament yesterday. Nana?
Well, let me begin by saying a warm good evening to...
Before I carry on, let me just remind that the text line still remains 1406. You type F, leave a space, and follow with your message. Send it to 1406. Carry on, Nana.
Let me begin by saying a warm good evening to our dear, cherished listeners, and also thank the good Lord for giving us this day. We realized that yesterday, unfortunately or fortunately to some people, the bill was passed with respect to the stx-Korea deal. One would ask that indeed the bill has been passed, but then would it be in the interest of the Koreans that you are in a divided house seeking for something which at the end of the day the government is likely to go out of power? What stands your fate when the other party comes into office? That is something the Koreans should put it upon themselves and take a second look at it. You were in this country when the NDC, the entire parliamentary candidates of the NDC, before the passing of the bill of National Health Insurance Scheme, all of them spoke against it, and they took upon their feet and left the House of Parliament. Again, when Kufuor administration came in, the country was owing so much that we could not even invest our reserves that we had. Kufuor took it upon himself, and we went to HIPIC. They stood firmly against it. Now, we all realize the good thing that HIPIC has done to us. We have all witnessed the mercies that National Health Insurance has done to us, to the extent that when they came into office, because of misappropriate of management, they were unable to maintain as the Kufuor administration did to the National Health Insurance Scheme. So, it is a question I pose to the Koreans. It will be their interest to rather seek that the entire parliamentary candidates should sit again and take a second look at it, because obviously everything is showing clearly that the minority, as before they were passing the bill, they did it with so much glee. We don't know whatever underhand dealing that has gone through, because I presume and I'm very sure that this is the highest or the most expensive deal that this country since 1957 is undertaking. And you want us to take just 1 hour to have a review of whatever has been sent to Parliament, to the extent that it took them close to the next day, around 12:05 of the next day, they were still seated in Parliament, and some of the people or the witnesses at Parliament were even asleep. Atta, we can ask ourselves this question again. We realize that a number or about 4 buses full of policemen came to Parliament yesterday. Policemen are part of the citizens of Ghana, and indeed they did mention that it was off duty. But then, how could a policeman, you intend that you are in an off duty, but then you are wearing your police uniform? This is a question which raises eyebrows, that indeed the policemen were brought